Hey guys, I'm super excited that you are here today. And today we're going to be talking about how you start your new year right. I just wanted to share a couple of little things that I do every single year to make sure that I am walking into the new year with a fresh heart, with a heart ready to see anything happen. Okay? So stick around. Let's talk about it. But before I do that, let me introduce myself. Hey guys, my name is Sonia of Sonia W Coaching, and we are all about helping overwhelmed, multi-passionate women acknowledge, execute, and win at their goals and at their dreams. We're all about making sure that we see dreams meet reality here at Sonia W. So, people sometimes ask me, what do you do to kind of like start off your year? Like, I see that you got all these processes and these routines and you got these goals that you're always looking forward to. How do you do that? What do you do? So I figured I would just kind of walk you through a little bit of what I do, kind of the short version, because I take some time of that, right? And there's like three major principles or major things that kind of govern what I do, and I'll kind of talk about it with that and give you a little bit of sprinkling about how I start off a year right, and how I started off with the right frame of mind. Okay, so here it goes. Number one, I make sure that I am thankful and I take a moment to thank God for all the things that has happened, good and bad, in the past year. And then two, I review. I review my life plan, I review my goals, I review where I want to go, and then I make it plain. I write it down. And I was just thinking about the verses about that. Habakkuk chapter 2 verses 1 and 2, and I think it even goes down to verse 3 as well. But in those verses, Habakkuk is like a prophet, and he's like, I'm going to stand up high to go and look to see what God will say. That's always so cool that he says that, to look to see what God will say. But that's besides the point. And then God comes and says, Habakkuk, go ahead and write what you see. Make it plain on tablets so that people can run with it, right? And I love that because it makes it so clear what we're supposed to do with the vision and the desires that we have in our hearts, right? And there's different things that you should do in between that. But the main thing is that I am thankful, I review, and then I make it plain. I wish I made it real pretty, but maybe I'll refine it and come up with alliteration for it. I don't know, but this is what it is right now, okay? So the first thing, being thankful. I take a moment to really be thankful about how this year went off, how it was good, how it was bad, things that I accomplished, things that I didn't accomplish, and just being thankful in all of that. For me, I'm a Christian, so I take some time to worship. I take some time to literally thank God for keeping me and keeping me in this space, right? And keeping me alive and allowing me to see things, right? And one of the things that I do, I actually have a 5-year journal. I just started it this year. Because usually I used to just journal. So I would kind of like look through my journal. But this year I actually purchased something called a 5-year journal, where it allows you to kind of like write a couple of things every day of the year. And then it has a spot for 5 separate years. So I'm super excited to see what I was thankful for, on January 3rd in 2021. Like, it'll be cool. I can't wait to do that while I start writing it in 2022. Anyway, sidebar. That was not important. But the main important thing is that I take a moment to kind of review that. I look through my journal. I see what God has brought me through. I see the prayers that I still have, the things that I'm still thinking about. And I thank God. I thank God for the things that went well. And I thank God for the things that didn't go well. Because it didn't go well in my eyes, but I know that God is orchestrating my life in such a way that I'm going to look back and I'm going to be like, oh, so that's why you did it like that. So I thank God ahead of time for that. So that's number one. I take a little bit of time to do that. I do. And I spend some time. Now, before all of that, I actually forgot. It's almost like 4 things I do. I take some time off. I take some time off at the end of the year to like legit relax and enjoy. But that's additional stuff. That's fun stuff, right? You don't have to do that. But I think it's good to do. Anyway, I digress. I'm thankful. And then I review. So, because I have a life plan, I every single quarter have taken a look back at my quarter and written down some big things that I was able to do, things that I didn't do. I look at my goals. I see what I hit, what I didn't hit. I try to figure out, well, why didn't I hit it? Is it something that I want to continue on? Is it something that still is a part of the desired future that I have, that I've written down in my life plan, that I've written down for my desires, my dreams, for my relationship with God, my relationship with my husband when he comes, my relationship, and I'm actually praying and writing down things to do now for that. But that's, that's another thing. What my relationship with my health, how did I do well? How did I not do well? What can I do for the future? My relationship with my intellect. Are there certifications? Are there things that I want to grow in? Did I grow in those things? How did I increase my intellect? And then husband, family, friends, money. What happened with my money? And then I have an extra one specific for my business. What happened with my business? Did I do what I want to do with it, right? And I take a moment to review all of that. I take a deep dive into that life plan, looking at all those different life principle areas. I take a deep dive into my goals, and I look to see, okay, I hit this goal, or maybe I did a whole pivot with my goals. And that's actually what happened this year. Like, the goals that I started out with in 2021 are not, most of them are not the goals that I'm ending with. Because the Lord was just, life, everything was just pivoting things left and right. But anyway, that's besides the point. I review all of that, and I make some commitments about what I want to see in the new year. And that's the time where I make it plain, where I take some time to pray. I take some time to think about where I want to go. And then I develop a list of goals in which I want to accomplish in the new year. So, and all my goals all stem from the desired future of my life principles. Like, I don't just throw up arbitrary goals. Like, you know what? That'd be really cool if I don't know, bought another house, right? Or something like that. Now that might be something that I put on my goal list, but I put it on my goal list because it's going to move my desired future forward, because I've thought about what I desire to see in my life, right? So those are the 3 main things that I do every single year. Now, there's details in there about the different things that I do and how I do it and how I write things out and all that kind of stuff. But those are the 3 main things, and anybody can do it. Take some time to be thankful. Take some time to review, like really look at your year, and then take some time to make it plain. Really take a moment and write down how you or what you want to do in the new year. Okay? So that's how I make sure that my new year starts off on a good foot. And I hope that you take some of this stuff and really start to think about it even now, right? Like, think about how you can do this. And honestly, you don't have to wait till the new year to do things like this, right? Like, you can take this type of stuff and do it at any time. I actually take these principles and do something like that every single quarter. Like, I take a moment of time. Now, at the end of the year, for me, it just takes a little bit of longer time. Like, I really take some time to think about it. And then I put together goals for the whole year. Now, quarterly, it's a little bit quicker. I'm not taking that much time on it. And I'm only focused on the goals that I wrote at the beginning of the year, right? So that's what I do. I hope this is helpful. If it's helpful, if you got questions, definitely like the video. Go ahead and comment below. I am looking for questions, so I would love to answer them. And then finally, Let me know it's real. Go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe so I know it's real. So I know you like it. So I know that you want more content like this. All right, guys, have an awesome day wherever you are. Bye.